What I discovered as I get older, my skin gets younger and healthier, and that's definitely because I am using all natural, pure ingredients. I feed my skin. Pholk Beauty is an all-natural vegan skincare line inspired by the Pholk Beauty secrets of the African Diaspora. I'm Nyambi Kakioli, and I'm the founder of Pholk. The way that I grew up in Kentucky, everybody had a garden, so I grew up in an environment where Black folk were actually green folk. We all knew how to garden. It was just part of our family and neighborhood culture. I just spent a lot of my time at my grandmother's house. She taught me how to take care of my skin. She had this beauty cabinet that had, witch hazel and rose and mint and lemon balm and honeysuckle. I really honestly thought that that was how all Black folk took care of their skin. I really wanted to be that door that I opened to welcome women of color into the natural beauty space. I have lived a lot of places. I went to London for grad school. I lived for years in Paris. I was working within UNESCO, and we got to travel to work with these grassroots organizations. One thing that I always love doing whenever I travel is going to local markets. And what I found is that regardless of the country that I was in, whether it was Iran or India or Turkey, there were always people who looked like me selling products that really reminded me of what I was doing in my own apartment back in Paris, and what the basic ingredients that we were mixing together back in Kentucky. Because I was already an African Diaspora historian, I started to think about this as an African Diaspora folk remedy tradition. I love using the word African Diaspora. I often describe it as the seeds of the African continent. It evokes the global population, the global narratives of Africans and their descendants. And I take all those stories and I literally pour them into the bottle. We source directly from small cultivators, like indie farms. So this aloe comes from California. The honeysuckle comes from South Carolina, and the lemon balm is also coming from South Carolina. Oftentimes in natural skincare, they'll say from farm to face. This is what they're talking about. The big difference with Pholk and how we formulate for melanin-rich skin is that we approach it as though it is sensitive skin. We're getting in front of the dark mark, by creating products that are super gentle, that are non-clogging, and we mix that with the storytelling of the African Diaspora to also communicate to Black and brown women that this is a part of our heritage. In that way, we're able to connect emotionally. The Pholk Beauty Manifesto is to be inclusive from its roots to its blooms. We are rooted in a historically African American community. We are recruiting from within the community. We are using a fun Afro-pop aesthetic to also show how vibrant and cosmopolitan African Diaspora cultures are. And then to really hold the hands of our customers and make it fun, but also make it real for them.